An error away from a 4-0 sweep. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back in to the baseball version of Best Bets for April 2nd. A nice 3-1 day yesterday. If you were following along on these picks, you know how close we were to that 4-0 sweep. I'll get into that in a second. But before I start, be sure to smash that like button. I want to get these baseball videos rolling. We had over 200 views on the first one. I appreciate it, but we need more likes. We can do it. Thanks for the support. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. We talk and bet all things baseball, basketball, football, and probably ping pong if we have a slow day. It's been a lot of fun so far. MLB is off and running. We're going to close out some opening series on Sunday. Our NBA bets video is out. That's right. We're finally back. Thanks for being patient. That's already out, so be sure to check that one. And man, let's just go over that real quick. 3-1 day. We could have been 4-0 with an Orioles money line at plus 135. Two outs in the ninth, a fly ball to the left fielder, and he just drops it. You think, okay, that's all right. We still get the next guy. Next guy, 2-run walk-off bomb. Are you freaking kidding me? Red Sox win. We go 3-1. Which, hey, listen, I'll take a 3-1 day, but who that hurt? Let me tell you. Just a reminder before we get into our best bets today, every bet is a half unit right now, just for the first few weeks of the season as we ease in. Unless I have a bet I really love and I'll put it on there, it's a unit. That's where we're at. Without further ado, let's dive into that bets recap from yesterday. We already talked about it. 3-1 day, over 8. White Sox Astros went over kind of late in the game, but went over pretty easily. Stride over 6.5 Ks. He was stuck on 6 for a while, came back out and struck out the side, got 9. Braves and Padres money line parlay. That was a nice winner. Padres made it a little interesting, but then pulled away. And then that Orioles bad beat. I don't know if we're going to get a worse beat in this season. Oh, I'm sure we will. It's sports betting. But 3-1 day. The Discord bets I put on before we did the YouTube videos, I made sure we had the whole total up there. 6-6 and plus 0.04. I mean, we're a wash, but we're gonna feel a rhythm here coming up. Without further ado, let's not wait any longer. Bet number one, let's go. All right, here we go. Game number one. The Tigers are playing at Tampa Bay to finish out the series. Tigers money line plus 195, and the Rays money line is minus 230. Over under 7.5 runs in this game. Rays have taken the first two games of the series already. They're looking to sweep the Tigers. It's Jeffrey Springs versus Joey Wentz. If you're a casual baseball fan, you might think, who the heck are these guys? Well, one of them is not well known, but let me tell you, Jeffrey Springs is the man. He was an underrated starting pitcher last year. Had him on my fantasy team. Have him again this year. He moved to starter. He had a 2.46 ERA with an expected ERA of 3.22. I mean, even if he regresses a little bit, we're looking at high twos, low threes ERA kind of guy. He had a 26% K rate. He's a nasty lefty. I just think what the Rays have done with him is pretty freaking awesome. There's a couple guys that moved from the bullpen to the starting rotation, and he's one of them, along with Rasmussen, and they've just been solid. So on the other side, it doesn't really have to do with my bet, but Joey Wentz, he's only thrown 32 innings in the majors with a 3 ERA. Not much of a sample size. He's a lefty too. But I have a best bet. It's a little creative. You got to find it in your sports book. But it's Jeffrey Springs, the pitcher for the Rays, to give up under 1.5 earned runs allowed. That's right. He's not going to give up more than 1 run. That's what that bet is, and it has to be earned runs too. Plus 115 is the odds on that one. Listen, the Tigers are not very good against lefties last year. They're 20th in OPS, which is on base plus slugging percentage. They're 20th in runs scored versus lefties, just not very good. And now we're looking at a lefty who really knows how to shut down the bats. He faced the Tigers once last year, and he threw 6 innings. He gave up 0 runs against his team. So I just love the value at plus 115. These are risky bets, guys. Let's be honest. I mean, it's under 1.5 runs. You get one guy on base. All it takes is one swing of the bat for a 2-run homer, and he still pitches well, but we lose the bet because it's over 1 run. So just be careful with these. But I love the value on it, especially first game of the year. Might be on a pitch count. So he might get yanked earlier than normal, which is fine. We just want to make sure that he gives up 1 run or less. So that is our first best bet at plus with 115. Jeffrey Springs under 1.5 earned runs allowed. Let's move on to game number two. All right, here we go. Game number two, the Pirates at the Reds. Reds money line minus 135. Pirates money line plus 115. Over under of 9 runs. I'm not going to beat around the bush. These two teams freaking suck. I'm not going to just analyze the crap out of it. I'm going to go right to my best bet. It is the Reds team total over 4.5 at minus 120. This guy on the mound for the Pirates is horrendous. Vince Velasquez, probably the worst starting pitcher in all of baseball last year. I loved when he was on the mound. I always bet against him. He is in the first percentile. That is the bottom of the bottom in barrel rate and also hard hit percentage. I mean, this guy got crushed everywhere. Behind him, by the way, is the Pirates bullpen. I don't know if you know this, but they were next to last year. That means second worst, by the way. 4.72 ERA. Are you kidding me? They're horrendous. So it's a terrible starting pitcher, followed by a terrible bullpen. The Reds have already scored 10 runs in 2 games. It's at the Great American Small Park, as they call it. It's the ballpark, but this place is one of the best places to hit for all teams in the majors. It's small and there's a ton of runs. I love the Reds here to get 5 or more runs, whether it's off Velasquez in the first 5 innings or maybe 3 or 4 then, and then 2 or 3 more off this terrible Pirates bullpen. I like the Reds team total over 4.5 at -120 as my second best bet. Let's move on to game number 3. All right, here we go. The third and final bet for this video. The Phillies at the Texas Rangers. Rangers money line -115. Philly money line -105. Over under of 9 runs. This is Sunday night baseball. Hoo-wee. That means a lot of you guys can watch this game. I know you guys are excited about it. The Rangers are own the Phillies. They've owned the Phillies in the last year or two, and they're owning them again. They have won the first 2 games of this series, and they've been on absolute fire. They just took down Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler with ease. I just think we're gonna get right into the best bets, and it's similar to the last one. The Rangers team total over 4.5 at this is at +110. This bet. So Rangers team total over 4.5 at +110. These bats are on fire. 27 runs in the first 2 games. And now you have Bailey Falter on the mound for the Phillies, a much worse pitcher than Zach Wheeler or Aaron Nola. He's a lefty. And oh, by the way, the Rangers scored the fifth most runs versus lefties last season. They're also, this Bailey Falter guy is bottom 10 in home run percentage. This guy gives up bombs. And I expect this Rangers team to tee off again, especially on Sunday Night Baseball. And then after him, if we haven't got to 5 runs yet when he's out, because he might only throw 3 or 4 innings, the Phillies, the eighth worst bullpen in the major leagues last year at 4.27 ERA. You've already seen it in the first 2 games. They're wasting a ton of arms. They got a lot of tired arms in that bullpen, and they've given up a crap ton of runs to this Rangers team. So they're getting crushed. It's going to continue. I think the Rangers get the sweep. You could bet the money line if you want to do that instead, but I have the Rangers team total over 4.5 at +110 for this one as my third and final bet. Let's go to the bets recap page. All right, here we go. Jeffrey Springs for the Rays under 1.5 earned runs allowed at +115. Reds team total over 4.5 runs at -120. And then the Rangers team total over 4.5 runs at +110. Remember, all of these are a half unit today, and you have to check the pinned comments. I am almost guaranteeing you that I have an added bet tomorrow, so be sure to check the comments below. That's all we got for this edition for April 2nd, Major League Baseball bets. Go check out the NBA bets for April 2nd. Let's have a good day all around. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. Later.